Baby Goose.
Personality. There's so much personality within that, Nate. So much personality.
What's going on, MAEKAN? So for the Atlanta Beat, we did the Slug Agency launch party, which is basically Slug Agency is a creative consortium created by Bosco, who's a multimedia recording artist from Fool's Gold, which is a recording label based out of Brooklyn, nonetheless. Slug Agency, they wanted to put on this launch party to basically introduce themselves to the underground Atlanta scene.
Definitely push what their aesthetics were going to be and what creative narrative they wanted to express within Atlanta.
Yeah, so basically our friend Shibu, he's the art director for the group, and he invited us to this event. And so we get there and it's like kind of
Sketchville.
Like, I wouldn't say a bad neighborhood, but definitely sketch. But
weird part of downtown.
Nonetheless, you forget that you're in a sketch neighborhood as soon as you walk in there. Like you walk up the steps and you got these cool red and pink lights. And then when you get to the top of the stairs and you walk in, you look to your right and there's this big TV installation that's kind of shining in on the whole event. And people are just stopping by. On the TV installation, they had a bunch of like old vintage 90s.
90s
like,
cartoons,
like
Nickelodeon.
Yeah.
Bill Cosby, I think I saw.
Hey Arnold, old McDonald's commercials, which I feel like is definitely their aesthetic. Like they're pushing that whole 90s aesthetic, which is definitely challenging the typical Atlanta
status quo, man.
It's a pretty good event. There was a lot of scene and Instagram kids there, but I mean, no one was really like sedity or anything like that. Pretty much everyone had a good vibe. Like I feel like Bosco brought that up.
Yeah, everybody's low key, hella low key.
Definitely, the music was dope. They had good merch. One thing I appreciated about the music was that they didn't just play trap music, and it was just something you typically get from these Atlanta events. Like they play nothing but trap music, but they kind of challenge people to actually move with, you know, some groovy stuff. You know,
some P. Diddy, some Harlem Shake type stuff. What you know about that?
Exactly, like some old early 2000s, late 90s type music, which is pretty cool.
What's most important here about Slug Agency in this event itself is that they're pushing an aesthetic that otherwise hasn't been seen in Atlanta. Atlanta is like, we're known for just like trap and nothing else. And this is the one time that people are coming out trying to show that we're more than that we have a lot to offer creatively. And Slug is doing just that with this event and with their agency as well. I mean, yeah, people may only feel comfortable with what's the status quo in Atlanta, but they want people to think outside the box. They want to push a narrative that otherwise isn't known to the Atlanta zeitgeist. They want people to feel out of the norm and feel something new, while at the same time still feeling that Atlanta like twang to it too. Which is like Nate said with the music, you're feeling like Atlanta trap vibes and whatnot and other vibes that are very contemporary, but also you're getting a very homely, nostalgic vibe that kind of reminds you of your childhood too as well.
Definitely embraced Atlanta, but at the same time challenged them to embrace something new.
Which is good. And I think that's what's going to stand out and have this be something everlasting in Atlanta because, like I said, nobody really is here trying to make people step outside of their comfort zone, and they're doing just that. Now, that may, in the end, be a challenge for them is that they're so novel and so from the norm that people might shy away from them. And not to mention, they're POCs who are operating in a white-dominated advertisement community and just creative community itself. So they're going to have to work against that to show people that Blacks, Latinos, and just people of color in general can create stuff that's on par. And that's what's important, is that people from Atlanta have a lot to offer and can create something that you've never seen before. And it's definitely doing it with these lo-fi 90s nostalgic, just very warming vibes. And I think overall the event was just successful.
Overall, I feel like it was
popping.
Success.
I Harlem Shake so hard that I think I tore my rotator cuff.
It was packed. It actually got kind of wild at the end.
Wow, they played Ugly God.
Oh my god!
And I just went off.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know what Ugly God is, then you should definitely look him up on SoundCloud.
Yeah,
he's a very interesting person.
Yes,
he's very popular in the Atlanta scene.
Yes,
it got kind of wild to the point to where my glasses fell off, and then I just picked it up and was like, all right.
Yeah, but nonetheless, everybody was just good vibes.
Overall, it's good vibes. Definitely a good event, and I enjoyed myself.
Looking forward to more. Slug, keep it up. I mean, that's it. Dope is dope, and that was Atlanta. Peace.
Baby frogs.